What's up? What's up? What's up, good people? How's everybody doing? Good evening, and welcome to a new episode of He Said, He Said, He Said, a look at the world from a seasoned Black man's perspective. I'm Alvin King, your host, and thank you all for being here tonight, this Friday, December the 9th. I'm not going to count, but we're very close to Christmas, everybody. I hope everybody is ready. Again, thank you all for being with us on the show tonight. We're so happy that you're here. Hello, Rose. How you doing? Um, before we take off, I just want to, wish everyone who's been under the weather, like I have been, but I think I'm recovering very well. But I know a lot of people have been sick. But if you're here tonight, you're not feeling well, grab your blanket, get close. I think you need to have a cough lozenge next to you because you will be laughing tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I guarantee you. And you might get some advice because tonight we have the National Newspaper Publishers Association, um, Alma Gill here. She has a show called Ask Alma. She's like our sister show, and we are so happy that she is with us tonight. She's a an advice columnist, and she's going to give advice to some questions or statements that have been sent in by the viewers, and that Bobby, Vash, and I have pulled together for her. So we cannot wait to hear what she has to say. And let me get a plug in for her right now. She's on every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock p.m. on the same network, the NNPA network that he said live is on. So we have her here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know about any of you, but I am so happy that the runoff that's been going on in Georgia is over because I have been receiving calls to give money and have been sending ads and all of that. I mean, seeing ads every day on my phone or on my computer, and I'm just so glad it's over. But Tuesday night, before I went to bed, Senator Raphael Warnock won the Georgia runoff, ladies and gentlemen, and I could not have been more happy. And if I just want to take this moment to share a clip of his acceptance speech from Tuesday night.
I want to thank my mother and my late father. I want to thank my siblings who are here. I'm one of 12 in my family. Clearly, my folks read the Bible, be fruitful and multiply. Our family was short on money, but long on love, long on faith. And I want to thank my two darling children. Chloe and Caleb, whose brilliance and whose eyes inspired me to work for all of our children. Georgia, I don't want you to miss what you've done. In a moment in which there were folk trying to divide our country, and those forces are very much at work right now, Georgia did an amazing thing. In 2021, it sent its first African-American senator and its first Jewish senator to the United States Senate in one fell swoop. And you have done it again. Thank you, Georgia.
Well, believe me, when I went to sleep that night, Tuesday night, I couldn't have been more happy, but I was even happier to wake up to this on Wednesday morning. Okay? Gone. Goodbye. Get up out of here. I'm not even going to call your name, but we don't have to look at him any longer. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're ready to get on with the show, why don't we go into the chat? So welcome to the show, Mr. Vash Bodie and Mr. Bobby Edwards.
Hey,
Hey guys, how
what's
you
up?
guys doing?
Hey, happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you. Look at those
TGIF.
faces. Look at those faces. Pretty. Okay, look at y'all. How you guys doing?
Well,
Happy to be
okay.
here with y'all. It's been a lovely week. Lots of great things happening.
Absolutely. And I just want to echo what you were saying about the runoff. Very excited as well. You're looking quite dapper this evening, Mr. King.
Yes.
Thank you. I do it for you.
Welcome back to Bow Tie. I'm happy to see him.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. You guys make me feel so good. And wait a minute, you guys, we got some folks that are here. Some
Hello,
people I've
yeah.
never seen before. You guys wanted to say hello to them? You guys
Well,
go ahead.
I saw Andres, and then it says Power 96.
Power 96.
Oh, my.
Lillian. Hi, Lillian.
Hey.
Hey, Lillian. I think I said hi to Rose. Did I said hi to
You
Rose?
did. You
right?
did.
say hi
Rose
to
is
Rose.
always like one of the first people in here. She gets
There she
VIP
is. Yep,
every
yep.
Friday.
Yeah.
Come on, Rose. And there's
And
Sharon.
Sharon,
Did you
yeah.
see Sharon?
Good
Okay.
evening, Sharon. Hey, how are you?
Thank you guys for being here. And if any of you are Alma's viewers, thank you for joining us tonight. We're so happy that you're here. We promise to treat her very well. We're going to treat her very well. But guys, you know, this week Time released their People of the Year award.
Yes, they
And
did.
Vladimir Zelensky, and I hope I said that right. He was named Times Person of the Year. And you know, I've seen a lot of these, we've all seen a lot of these Persons of the Year, you know, pictures and images and who they selected come up. I really thought that this was a great choice for Person of the Year for all that, you know, what do you call it? Ukraine has gone through with dealing with the Russian attacks and just how he has been a leader. And I just thought it was a good choice for them to pick this year.
I mean, he has a small country that has stood up to a world power and
Absolutely.
made the leader of that world power rethink everything about himself. So I think it's well deserved.
I think the challenge of making these selections is never easy because the reality of it is there's so many people out here doing extraordinary things, even in the midst of a challenging world. So that the selection is never easy, but I will certainly agree with it. I certainly think he should be acknowledged for his leadership under some very, very trying circumstances.
Yeah, I was very pleased with that. Thank you, guys.
But he wasn't by himself.
That's right.
He wasn't by
There were a
himself.
lot of categories in that whole, what do you call it? Time breaks it down by different categories.
Right.
He just happens to have been the Person of the Year.
Right. And the women of Iran were named the Heroes, 22's Heroes of the Year. And for some of you who may not be aware of the efforts that the Iranian women are standing up for, it was led principally by women. The protest began as an outpouring of grief over the death of 22-year-old Masha Amini, who died in the custody of Iran's morality police for wearing an illegal or improper hijab. And so it's been in its fourth month. The protests have transformed into a national movement demanding freedom of choice for millions of women in Iran who detest the government's mandatory and often brutal enforcement of Islamic law. So these women are standing up. And if you know Islamic law, you know that, again, just wearing an improper hijab, the covering of the hair, could be a very serious offense. And so the fact
Detrimental.
that they are detrimental, life costing,
Right. Exactly.
and so that these women are standing up and saying that they are willing to literally die for their rights is very powerful. So as we were saying, like Zelensky gets Person of the Year. These women over in Iran certainly deserve acknowledgement for standing up for their rights, for women there, but also women around the world.
Yeah, I agree. I think Time did a good choice. I've seen some other categories also that I was kind of pleased with. But while we're here on that, in the running for Person of the Year, and I'm not taking anything from away from Zelensky because I'm praising him tonight. But why was Ron DeSantis in that category?
I do not know. I mean, there isn't anything that man has done or said that I think puts him in that space at all.
He was in the category, and I said no. I didn't even want to comment on it any further because I couldn't understand who's sitting at that table, who's making these selections. But he should not have been in that running of Person of the Year, but he was definitely one of the people that they were considering.
That is because this issue is really about selling copies as well as honoring people. So there is a degree of marketing, and we can put all that stuff in there. Other good news that came through this week: Brittany Griner was released from Russian prison on Thursday, and snaps and claps to everyone who was involved in that. She was exchanged for another prisoner. Not everyone is happy about that particular exchange, but I just want to say that we are very, very happy that Brittany is home. And we hope that we have, I can't wait to hear her talk about her experience and share her thoughts and everything. But welcome home, Brittany.
Yes.
It was really nice. It was really nice to see her wife on TV this week.
Terrell, yes.
To speak to the public, and she was so eloquent. And I mean, I really felt for her. I mean, I can't imagine what she's gone through over the last 10 months, but it was just, I thought her speech was so eloquent and how she thanked everybody for bringing Brittany home. So welcome home, Brittany.
Welcome home, Brittany. And let's welcome some more people who've come in and said hello. Okay. We've got Leroy, or Leroy, depending on how you would like to have your name pronounced. Right. We've got Doug. Hey.
From Mexico City. Yeah,
exactly. And we've got George. Hey, George. Good to see you.
Hey, George.
Hey, George. Hey, Doug. Welcome from Mexico City, my friend.
Come on now.
Come on now. You're making me think PV. Okay. That's my second home. But thank you guys.
I'm sorry. Everyone doesn't know that PV is Puerto Vallarta, but like PV.
Thank you, Bobby. We so love him on this show. We love him. He's an educator that keeps us educated. Okay.
Amen. Hallelujah. Come on.
He really is. So let's get over this show. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a wonderful guest with us tonight. As I said, she holds down our sister show, Ask Alma, on the National Newspaper Publishers Association Black Press Network. She gives advice about everything from romance to your man, to her man, to finance. She is the girl that says it all. And we have her here tonight. We're going to ask her some questions. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to our stage, Ask Alma.
Hey.
Look.
You are muted, Alma.
You're muted. We can't hear you.
We see your head and your hands going. We know you're saying stuff.
We want to hear you. You muted. Why
we're getting none of that.
You know what? Look, like I said, she has a show every week, y'all. Okay.
Alvin, I was putting the lozenge in my mouth, so I put it on mute.
So the first advice is don't put a lozenge in your mouth when you're about to come on air. There you go. There it is. First piece of advice right there.
Welcome to the show.
Brothers. How y'all doing? Let me just say, can I just say right up front, I know y'all watching. Thank you. My Ask Alma Almond Joy's with us tonight. Thank you so much. Because I want y'all to know I'm in the love. I got all of them to myself tonight. I'm just sitting in the love.
Wait, let me ask you a question. Did you say you call your fans the Alma Joys?
Almond Joys.
Almond
or Almond Joys.
I love that.
Almond Joys.
They're a little bit nuts. I've watched
a little bit sweet, a little bit sweet, a little bit sweet, and a little bit nuts. That's what we
Lord. It is 7:14, and we have gone there already.
We've gone there already.
Oh Lord,
we're always there.
You know what? We are always there.
Always
Thank you,
there.
Mom. We are always there.
Look, and fans, if you all and viewers, if you all are looking at. If you're online and you're scrolling, if you hear us say something that you want to chime in on, get your fingers ready because we want to hear from you. Okay, hey, Blue.
You're ready.
I think Blue has been under the weather. I hope you're feeling good, Blue. Look,
hey, Blue, feel better, man.
The computer. Feel better.
Better.
But let's get on with the show. And I'm just going to pop it off right now, Alma, with one of the questions that people have asked us to ask you.
Okay, I'm ready.
What is the one thing that people should not do on a first date?
What is the one thing that
If
you
there's
should not
one
do?
thing.
If it's one, I would say don't kiss on the first date. I know y'all surprised by that, but I would say don't kiss on the first date. That would be my thing. You want to know why I said don't kiss?
I do want to know why.
Because look at Bobby.
I'm like, yes. How you gonna just drop that
Bobby,
and then just walk away?
Let me tell you, Bobby, that's why I got the column. See, you can't kiss on the first date because kissing is intimate and it connects you. Like kissing is quite lovely and it is vulnerable and stimulating. Kisses are everything. Because you can actually make whoopee and not even remember the person's name. I mean, if you know, getting it right, you can be like, okay, thank you. What's your name again? But
his name is Bobby, and that's the way he lives.
But kiss, and I mean an intimate kiss. I'm not talking about like a kiss on the cheek.
Because Blue just asked, it's not even a cheek kiss.
No, you can kiss on the cheek. That's fine. But I'm talking about a real kiss.
Yes.
Don't do that on the first date. Not yet.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, Alma, I'm going to agree with you on that because giving someone a kiss on the first date, you really don't know them.
That's right.
And I say that, and you might find out some things that you don't want to know right now, like do they have chapped lips, or do their breasts? You know, you might find some hygiene issues that may say, oh, okay, you know what, it's over. So okay, so I get it.
Don't kiss. Not an intimate, full, luxurious kiss. Not on the first date. Now.
All right.
I feel that. I feel that. I definitely feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Okay. All right.
So I'd like to throw a question in there, and mine is,
Bob.
it's a relationship question in terms of balancing. There are times when you are in a relationship with someone, and your friends don't necessarily like them, or your partner doesn't necessarily like some of your friends. Talk to us about navigating that. How does that balance work?
See, I think it's really up to you and the person. You ain't got time for everybody else because y'all just getting ready to know each other. So I understand like your friends might not like them. Your mama, I don't know, you might want to listen a little bit, but most people have comments about that person. You can let it go in one ear and out the other because quite honestly,
well, they ain't dating your friends. They're dating you.
Right. They're dating you. And people are different to certain people. And I've said that to girlfriends who got mad because like they dated somebody and the guy turned out to be, the one of the worst people that they could ever date, but then moved on and was in a really nice relationship and sometimes even got married. And it's like, because he may not have been the same man for you. You get what you ask for. You get what you think you deserve. So,
and I read a quote once that be careful of what you tolerate because you are teaching people how to treat you. So you get what deserved based upon the standards that you set for a person. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. That comment is out of Seattle. Hey, girl. Hey, that's my niece. But I do think like
that's a family almond joy. That's a family almond joy.
That's right. She might even be a Mounds, Bobby. No nuts in that one. Anyway, let me get back.
Oh Lord, this is gonna be one show. I love it.
I'm not messing.
I do have a question about this particular piece of advice. So, what happens if your friends don't like the person that you're dating because they have a good reason? How many times have people been in relationships? They have gotten out of them, and then their friends said, "Well, I never liked him," and they look at you and they go, "Well, why didn't you tell me?"
Yeah.
Well, you knew. You just tolerated it. They're not telling you something you don't know. You in a relationship. So if he's jacked up in some kind of way, you know that, but you think it's cute because it's early on. They are never telling you anything that you don't know. Come on now.
Right on.
Okay. Because when they brought it to you, you knew what they were talking about, didn't you? It didn't. Exactly. It didn't sit as well as you wanted it to. Because I'm gonna give you an example. I know he's watching. You know, I love you, husband. 26 years. Not many people liked my husband at all when I started dating him.
Mm-hmm.
He was paying off my bills. He is a no-nonsense kind of guy. He was doing all kind of stuff for me, and people were like, what is that? You're a strong Black woman. Who is he coming up in here trying to do all of this? You know what? It was fine with me.
Bitter.
Because you know when people are adding to your life, or if they are making you better and pushing you, which he did. You know, I would say, I think I might want to try. He go, want to try? What is that? Either you're going to do it or you're not.
Oh, wow.
Are you trying to find out about it? And okay, I was like, all right. But that was a good thing. It turned a lot of people off, and it's not for everybody.
Right.
Okay.
But I do have to say, over time, I appreciated it. And I admit I have gone much further with him and that personality, which was a trait that people said that they didn't like when we first started dating. So,
their friend wasn't treating them like, I know your husband, his name is Gill, that Gill was treating you. So how they gonna sit back and, it's like getting a cheeseburger. If you've never had it, you don't know how it tastes. And so it's easy for you to sit over there and say that. Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So that was nothing but bitterness. All I'm saying, and I'm happy.
Because Alvin, I saw, thank you, because I saw the Big Mac now. They might have been looking at the cheeseburger. I saw the Big Mac.
Come on. Come on.
You see what I'm saying?
Come on.
I knew.
Come on.
That's all right.
Thank you, Alma. Alma saw the Big Mac. Okay.
I saw the Big Mac.
Okay. All right.
Look, Sharon's agreeing with you.
I had to sign off and sign back on. I forgot where we were. Okay.
You're hilarious. Well, I just want to say that Sharon is agreeing with you. Lily is agreeing with you.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody is agreeing. Apparently, they all like. Is his name Gill?
You know, we get Vash, we get Christmas cards for Alma and Gil. My husband's name is Elmer, which is the male version of Alma.
Oh, come
and
on.
I said that to him the day that I met him, which he says I was trying to hit on him. No, I was not.
No.
I was just saying we have the same name. You have the male version and I have the female version. So
and then you let him kiss you on your cheek. Okay.
Right. All right. And we moved on. Okay.
I'm trying to take the man's hand and kiss him on his cheek. Come on now.
Well, Alma, it seems like we're going to round out the relationship experience with this last question. Someone wants to know, is flirting with other people considered cheating if you're in a relationship?
Yeah. It depends on what kind of flirting you're doing. Like telling somebody that they have on a nice shirt is not a flirt. But like if you getting kind of cute with yourself in that moment with that other person, that kind of flirting, yes, it's wrong. And quite frankly, if you have that kind of energy, you can use it at home. You have to save it for while you're at work and out at the supermarket. Save it for your partner when you get home, in the kitchen, in the bathroom, in the pantry. Go on in there and flirt. Take your shirt off and flirt. Walk around naked and flirt at home.
With the Big Mac.
With the Big Mac.
And some fries and a shake. I mean, you might as well bring the whole meal.
You know what? Vash, wait a minute. Vash, we got a lot more show to cover. We can't talk about the fries yet.
We ain't talking about even I got some fries and shakes yet.
I'm going to agree with where 726 Monica said there's level, but adhere to the boundaries. And thank you for saying that. And I'm saying that not necessarily that I don't agree with you. It's just that flirting for me is my superpower. It's a part of my charm. And I'm not doing it in a way that I am crossing boundaries, but I know that I flirt. It's a part of who I am. And I have gone through situations where people, again, no one has ever said, you just went beyond. But I know that I can get more honey with a flirt. Okay.
Then you're not ready to roll up on that 1B. Okay.
No.
Go ahead, Vash.
No, you go ahead.
You flirting is rude to your partner, depending on how you're doing it and who you're doing it to. And it may be satisfying to you. Don't get me wrong. We all like to do things that are satisfying to ourselves. But in a partnership, you have to listen to the other person and see how things maneuver and work themselves out for them. And, my husband is friendly. It's a difference between being friendly and a flirt. So you may be just friendly, Alvin.
I flirt.
Or you.
Well, I think he knows what he's saying.
I know,
I'm
Bobby.
pretty much, look, I'm a seasoned Black man. I know what I do. Okay.
So, you know what? That's wrong. It's wrong.
Okay. You didn't.
It's wrong.
Okay. What I will say is, though, that their relationships have different, as we talk about boundaries, people set different boundaries. There are some people who are like, you know what? He always says that. I know he's coming home with me. I ain't worried about it. But that's a discussion or a dynamic that should be determined between you and your partner. For other people, though, like I would feel like, say, if Alvin came in and was flirting, and my partner flirting with my partner, I could see that as being disrespectful.
That would be disrespectful. That would be very disrespectful, and I would never do that. But when I come into a room, sometimes it's like, and you all have seen me come in rooms. So
yes, we have.
It's not, so okay, look, I'm not making this about me. I'm just saying that I don't think flirting is a bad thing.
If the other partner isn't there, like if Bobby's partner's not there, then your flirt is okay. Or what are you saying?
Well,
flirting is either right or wrong. So
I'm saying that we're gonna move to the next question after
Alvin, there is no in between, because really, if you are really into a person and you see them flirting with somebody else, it does sting you a little bit. You might not say anything because you don't want to argue on the way home. You don't want to make a big deal out of it. But watching your partner flirt with somebody else can kind of sting you a bit.
Okay.
Well, someone was just asking, can you flirt with your partner?
I'm just going to leave it at that. I mean, I have other things to say about it, but we don't have to beat the dead horse.
No, Vash, what did you say?
No, because we got a whole show to do. We're gonna come back to that, and we're gonna have you come back, Alma. How about that? So,
I love that. Yes.
Put flirt at the top of the list. We're gonna talk about what is a flirt. So Alma, how do you deal with a friend that has borrowed money from you and has failed to pay you back?
Ask me that again, Alvin.
How do you deal with a friend that has borrowed money from you and have failed to pay you back?
So did the same person send that question in to Ask Alma? Because you need to tune in next Tuesday at 7:00 for me to tell. I kid you not. That is one of the questions for next week's show. I'm serious as a heart attack.
Well, that is fine.
All right now. So
Ask Alma is stumped.
Right.
You are
no, I'm not stumped. No, I'm not stumped.
She doesn't want to give up her cookies.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That's what
we got tons of questions.
We got tons of questions. No, hold on to that. I'm putting that in the book. You coming back. Okay. You're gonna answer that question.
Yeah.
You're gonna answer that
show
question.
Next Tuesday.
Okay. I do have a quote though.
Okay.
If I cut you, you probably handed me the scissors, and that's what
Yes.
Okay.
Well, Monica says, never lend them money again.
Exactly. Monica is how she pronounces that.
Monica.
Okay, Monica.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Monica. Okay.
And usually if somebody owes you, they don't come back and ask again because they know they haven't paid the last amount.
You don't know.
You don't know some of the people I know.
You don't know some of the people I know. You don't know, girl.
What are you loaning money to?
What? And don't you wear a new pair of tennis shoes somewhere because you got some money? They're gonna ask you again.
Because I am afraid to say that these words have come out of my mouth and are like, wait, don't you owe me money?
How you gonna ask me for money? But we're gonna come back to that. So let's
my
keep
goodness,
it rolling.
that's funny.
All right.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so you had one of the answers that you had to your question earlier kind of touched on this next question that was submitted, and it had to do with, the uncomfortable and yet sometimes necessary conversation around the issue of a person's hygiene, whether it's your friend or whether it's someone you're in a relationship. How does one approach that conversation about hygiene?
Yeah. Well, Alvin, remember last Tuesday? Well, okay. So, when it comes to hygiene, I Ask Alma. I usually tell people to speak about what it is exactly. Like, don't speak about the person. You don't have to say, you stink. Like, don't do that. That's not nice. But you can say, girl, have you tried Lumi? I'm telling you, it's a game changer. So, or like if somebody's breath smells, you don't have to say, damn, come on now. Don't do that. Because that just really hurts the person's feelings.
So what do you say when someone's
what do
breath
you
is
say?
not
What do you
tried?
do?
What do you do?
You give them a mint, or if you can't
Just
find
offer them
one,
a
what do
mint?
you do?
You can hand them the mint.
If you don't have one though, do you get a fire extinguisher? What do you do?
No, you got one you have one in the glove compartment in your pocket. Oh, if this is a co-worker, like their breath smelled yesterday, you know it's gonna smell today. Just grab one.
Yes.
And then hand it to them and be like, I like Crest, but I have used, Arm & Hammer. I can pick you up some if you want and give it a try.
Lord.
Because here's the thing. We all know.
Alma has a drawer in her cabinet at work with all these products. Lumi, Crest.
Look.
Right Guard deodorant.
We all know that words hurt people, and we are not out to do that.
No.
Right.
So, you have a conversation about what the situation of the hygiene, but not say something mean to that person about their hygiene, because that's not going to help them at all.
Sharon suggested a nice gift basket. With
a nice gift basket. Yep, a nice gift basket.
Oh.
At work they switch gifts around the holidays. Right. Somebody's birthday rolling up. Leave it on their desk.
That's a whole year though. Hold on.
No, that's why I say you can leave it. That's why I say you can leave it on their desk. Like, I picked this up for you.
Well, hold on. My fragrance girl, Jocelyn is here. Jocelyn Stonewall. Yes. Hey, Jocelyn, how you doing? She said,
"Hi,
I learned
Jocelyn.
to be delicately direct because I tried to not be so direct." And the girl said, "I ate Chipotle." I said, "Baby, no disrespect."
She's like, no. This is far greater than Chipotle.
But she did say, she started out kindly, and that's what I like. Yes, as long as you start out kindly,
Jocelyn is one of the kindest persons I've ever met in my life. Thank you, sweetheart. She's like
she
super
out
kind.
What did Doug say? Of my friends, my friend Terry just also said send an anonymous gift to the person.
Yeah,
I think that's worse because then you're paranoid about who may have said that, as opposed to just knowing that you hate the one person.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Or Jocelyn, because I've said sometimes, do you have dental insurance? Like, you can ask that. Do you have dental insurance?
Oh no, Alma. Alma, you don't think that's mean? And you work with the person? So this is not necessarily a colleague.
No, do you have dental insurance? Because you could be asking just about the insurances at work. Do we have dental? Do you have dental? Do you go to the dental?
Much. Y'all play too much. Y'all play way too much. Can we go to the next question? Way too much. Okay. Ain't nobody got time for that.
I just
had Chipotle.
Well, okay.
Guacamole. Yes.
We appreciate you joining us from the office. And for those who have not paid attention to the background, Alma is sitting in front of the newsroom at the Washington Post.
Yes, I am.
But since people have started going back to work, someone has reached out and is wondering, how do you stop somebody from taking your lunch out of the company refrigerator?
Somebody's stealing lunches. That happened to me, Vash. I wonder if D is watching. Because it happened. I won't name the newsroom we were in, but somebody took my lunch. Yeah.
It's happened to me at the McLean School where I work.
I went over to his desk and I said, I saw you eat my lunch. Come on, let's go downstairs so you can buy me something else. And he looked up like, I go, come on. It was like, what? I go, you ate my lunch, didn't you? And you make way more money than I do. Come on here. Let's go downstairs so I can get something else.
You could tell he ate your lunch because it was in the container. Like,
She saw him eating
what
it.
happened was, the you go in what is usually the lunch area has the refrigerator, and
Sure.
so I walked in there and he was eating a slice of pizza, and I knew it was the pizza that I had brought in for lunch that day.
Right.
And so I let him eat it, enjoy it, because me and you I'm gonna say something to you in a minute, and I did. He never took my food anymore. I don't know whose food he took after that, but he didn't take mine. Okay,
I'm with Alvin.
because you
I think
can't
it's disgusting.
No, it's
can't
disgusting.
say
It's disgusting.
it is disgusting. But I would, how some people say, well, put pepper on it or put something. No, we ain't doing all that, because you don't know what they might put on your sandwich when you're not looking.
Right.
They didn't eat it, but now they've put something on yours. So no, we're not doing that. If I see you around the kitchen door, you're going to buy me a new lunch.
Okay.
Fresh. I'm going to stand there and watch them make it and walk you over to the cashier so you can pay for it.
I'm with Sharon. Hook him up with some laxative. That's
again, y'all play too much.
That's
okay.
too much.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
No.
All right. So Alma, you're in a relationship with someone that you like a lot. Your best friends have heard rumors about this person's past, but have chosen not to share that information, share what they know with you because they haven't seen it, and because you appear happy. Is the friend obligated to share that information with you?
No. Oh, I thought that was my sentence. Period. No.
No is a complete sentence.
It's a complete sentence. No. I mean, we've all done things in our past. We're gonna tell something on him. Let's tell something on you too.
Right.
So no, it goes back to what we were talking about before. Different people are different people in different relationships.
Right.
We're all not the same every time. So I think, as long as it isn't anything like, he's on a registry that we won't name, but you know what I'm talking about. Then I think no. I mean, because whatever will come out. And the other thing, by the time she bring you that story, she done added 99 more parts to it. Okay, so no.
Now let me push back and ask you this though. You said different people. I mean, people can be different. You can be a different person in a different relationship.
Yes.
Do you believe though, if a person is a cheater, that they are not like? Do you think that cheating can be more specific to that relationship that you have with that person, or if a person is a cheater, they are just a cheater? Because
I think a person is a lifelong cheater.
Yeah.
Is that what you asked me, Bobby? If I think a person is a lifelong cheater?
Yeah.
No, I don't think a person is a lifelong cheater. Because because really, cheating is not about a physical thing. It's a psychological thing. Like, we all know that, right? It has nothing to do with like, oh, I like to see fine looking people to me and I want to sleep with them. That's not what makes people go cheat. Because sometimes I tell people all the time, if you're in a relationship and you think everything is okay, then you have a problem. Because that means everything's okay with you. But you don't necessarily know if everything's okay with your partner. Because since everything's okay with you think everything's okay.
You ain't asking no questions.
Right.
So then when something doesn't be okay, then you're devastated and you want to blame the partner for not telling you, but you've been living in okay. I'm keeping
Alvin?
that, Alma.
Alvin? Really? Honestly, because we grown. This is a mature group right here.
Vash, why did I feel like you and I were not in the room for a few minutes?
That's hilarious. Well, I'm definitely in a different part of the room. Because I don't think that the notion of cheating is relationship to relationship, because what's cheating to someone else might be a very different dynamic in another relationship.
Yes.
And that is the thing. So if someone knows that they are not monogamous but want to be committed to someone, that's a very different conversation to have with your partner than I'm committed to you and it's only you and me, and then going out and stepping to the side. I mean, you basically, I know that I would like to have a relationship with someone where the communication is so open that we can still be who we are and still be a very tight and cohesive unit.
Yeah. And if somebody like cheating is just like stealing, if somebody is dedicated to you and not interested in doing something that would hurt you deeply. I mean, that. And if they do it, then they really didn't. They weren't as into you as you were into them. Because I also think in a relationship, somebody loves deeper than the other. You have to figure out which one you are. Are you the one who is loving deeply, or are you the one who is being loved deeply?
Listen to her. Look at her.
The pointing and the everything. Like, oh my goodness.
Are you like me? Are you like me? Be the one thing.
It's a difference.
I have a different philosophy on when it comes to cheating. I don't necessarily get mad with or would be upset with the person cheating, because you can't control what people do. So I don't get mad about the cheating. I get mad because you didn't give me an opportunity to choose. You weren't man enough to come to me and say that you're doing it. You were a coward. So you have robbed me of my opportunity to make a choice on whether or not I want to keep you around for that sick, crappy crap that you just did. So the cheating part, it leads up to, you didn't give me a choice. You could have told me, but you want your cake and eat it too.
So what's the choice? You want him to call you before he do it?
No, I want to. He can tell me.
Ready to go to PV.
Tell me he did it.
I'm just telling you.
Well, you have a conversation about what?
Yeah, have a
about your relationship. Yeah, you have a conversation about your relationship and what is the expectation of your relationship. And
aren't we talking about cheaters? We ain't talking about like what's our favorite steak. What y'all talk about?
Well, no. I mean,
Bob, everybody cheating like it's the end of the world, and cheating is not the end. It's not the end of the world.
No, it is not. No.
That's my thing with cheating. It's not the end of the world, but people want to make it the end of the world.
And I guess I'm with the word cheating. I'm stuck on the word cheating, because cheating assumes that there is an agreement that you are monogamous, versus having a conversation about what your relationship is and where you are and whether or not you actually can go out and explore other things and still come back to this unit. So they're very different. So,
and you know what? I think life puts you in certain situations. Like I would never cheat on my husband. I just leave, but that's just, it's not even about him. It's just not me. And see, so that's what it means to me. Being a cheater has nothing to do with cheating on you. Like if somebody is a cheater, then they may, steal a pair of Nikes. Like it's all in who they are.
Right.
But I also think that you can live life and be in a situation where something comes to your street corner. Like what if, your husband has MS, or your wife has a
bad ponytail.
Okay, y'all, wait a minute. We got 3 minutes.
I'm just saying, and you have never thought about cheating before, but you haven't had sex for 7 months.
Not a bad ponytail.
So the guy on the bus with the bad ponytail ain't looking too bad.
See, I think Vash was bringing up that whole thing that happened, that the whole I'm going to say controversy. People were all up in arms when B. Smith, the restaurateur, when she got sick, and her husband, everybody was accusing him of cheating on her. There was something in what you said, Vash, made me think of that whole
I didn't have a problem with him in that situation and doing what he did. I had a problem with him bringing the woman in the house.
We're going there.
Yes. That's what I had a problem with.
Yes.
That's what I had a problem with.
Yes, that woman was in B's house.
She should not have been in B's house.
I agree.
Yeah.
Bobby.
Okay, y'all get ready to be. Look, we need to go to the next question. We got 2 minutes before Alma has to, do her little dance and come back. So you all can pick whatever question that somebody has wrote in, and let's get it in so we can let Alma.
This is so fantastic.
Well, mine isn't a question.
Y'all are in it.
We did have a viewer, Terry, that kind of just raised the question again. I guess he was processing Alma's statement about the fact that someone loves more deeply. Interesting here. A relationship one person loves deeper than the other person. He's like,
they do.
Processing
they do.
That.
They really do. And it's okay.
Well, I actually have an actual question from someone. Are people under any obligation to attend family holiday functions when being around those people does not bring you joy.
Well, that's seasonally appropriate right now. That's a great one to end with.
That's an excellent question, Vash. Thank you for that.
You know, I got
you. Period.
There she goes.
No.
There she goes.
No. Period. Yeah, that's the full sentence. No. And because you don't owe them an explanation. You don't owe anybody an explanation when it comes to you and your peace. So if these people are upsetting, you walk away from it every time feeling like you have had the life sucked out of you. The next time you're invited, no, but thank you. And I learned that from my 6-year-old granddaughter who says, no, thank you.
Well, it's like you taught in English class because all these viewers are like saying no. They're just like no,
absolutely not.
No.
Short answer.
No.
Full sentence.
Absolutely not. Short answer. Let me go back up here. Sharon said cheating is not acceptable from the start. Okay, Sharon, we got you. Did we hear what? Yeah, Terry. Blue said cheating is when the agreement between the parties is violated. True.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
TJ. Monica, we're going to talk about that. We're coming back to you, Monica. And then we went, no, absolutely not. Short answer. So Alma Gill, Ask Alma.
You know it.
Girl. First of all, thank you.
The time just flew by.
Joining us.
Wow.
That's what happens when we get her on this show.
It does.
Thank you so much for joining us on our show. I said what I said.
I love it. I love it. My brothers from other mothers. Y'all know I
love it.
Y'all know I
love you too.
Well, and I want all of you to go to the end. Go ahead, Vash.
I was going to say exactly what you're about to say. Go for it.
Okay, you know what? No, you go ahead, Vash, because I'm going to take a Lozenger. Go ahead.
You're hilarious. Everybody,
Put
please
it on
go
mute.
to NNPA, either on Facebook or on YouTube. You can find Ask Alma. She is on every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. She has fabulous guests on. She is always answering viewer questions and giving fantastic advice with a big dose of humor. Become one of her almond joys. Join Ask Alma.
Thank you, guys. Love y'all.
Yes, and Almond Joy, welcome. You are welcome to come back, Alma. We will see you soon. Don't go away. Thank you, sweetheart.
You guys are welcome.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the party.
See, you know what? Having her on the show is always like, it is like the icing on the cake. I told you all, you're gonna get some advice and you're gonna laugh a little bit tonight. Okay.
Yes.
So if you all are ready, we're gonna go into the second half of the show that we call the pop-up. All right, boy.
And
all
we're
right,
back.
The pop-up here. We're back. Okay.
We pop. Okay. Well, it's interesting because one of our listeners in the previous segment talked about, when we were talking about cheating, they talked about TJ Holmes. They mentioned TJ Holmes. And obviously this relationship has been at the forefront of the news of late. And some have even questioned whether or not they're being treated comparably to Joe Scarborough and Minka on MSNBC. But the thing is, this one is really getting a lot of footage because I think part of it also is one, they were both married, which I understand was this case in this other situation as well. There are 8 children. A lot of people don't realize there are 8 children between the two of them and their other spouses. And so some people are saying that issue is one also that kind of has it front and center. But they have been kind of like taken off the air for an indefinite amount of time while ABC tries to figure out what's going on. We have found out who's actually filling in for TJ Holmes. And I think we have an image of him here. Yes, DeMarco Morgan.
All right now.
Okay.
Right, DeMarco. Y'all
all
said,
right for the fill-in.
We're going to get rid of the Cadillac and we're going to bring in a Tesla. Okay. All right.
So DeMarco's going to be filling in. But this affair is certainly front and center on the news right now.
It's a very interesting thing to one, have an affair with someone that you work with like that, and then to be taken off the air what are they trying to do? Like make it go away? I don't understand
I don't
that
know.
perspective.
The one thing that I did hear, well, the one thing I did hear that I'm not confirmed on yet, so it's just something that I heard, was that apparently this gentleman, DeMarco Morgan, will be filling in for TJ, but I've not heard whether or not Amy Robach is coming back. I don't know if they're just planning on eventually just taking one of them out and leaving the other. So it'll be really interesting to see how they handle this one.
I'm going to wait to see that because that's really going to spark some controversy.
If she comes back,
funny you said, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait to see because that's going to be major controversy. Okay,
we'll follow up. We'll get back to that.
We're going to follow up. Well, speaking of controversy, and this is okay. I'm talking to my Christians out there, ladies and gentlemen, tonight. All of you, many of you on this show know Pastor Jamal Bryant. He actually has been in the midst of like numerous pieces of controversy for his sexual promiscuity. And he was even married to Giselle. I think we have a picture of Jamal Bryant. This is Pastor Jamal Bryant. I think we have a picture of him. He was married to the young lady Giselle, who is on the Real Housewives of Potomac. They've divorced, and now he's back with her. They're dating again. But we're talking tonight about Jamal Bryant, because I want to play a clip, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into why we have this topic on the show.
Smell like weeds. No, really, is New Birth is the largest land-owning black church in America. Wow. And so my position to my deacons is, why aren't we not raising cannabis? I'll be able to bring in black males. They're able to do it legally. I'm teaching them farming.
Oh my God.
I'm helping them to enhance the ecosystem. This is the kind of conversation. So if the guy, black boy in Bankhead said, they growing weed at the church, where do I join?
Yes.
I don't need no pamphlet for him.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
All I can say is, okay, I don't know where you go to church, but if you do a study and ask, can you all now grow cannabis in the back of your church so that it will bring parishioners and you can get more in your congregation right now? Let me know how that works out for you.
Wow. There's so much there to unpack. First of all, if someone non-black said that about black males, would we just sort of laugh it off, or would we say, hey, there's a lot of assumptions going on about who's using cannabis?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I mean, so that was the first thing.
You're
right. I'm a big supporter of cannabis. I think it's a magical plant. I think there are the properties that from CBD all the way through to the THC. I think it is a magical plant. So I'm not mad about that. I'm mad sort of about his approach and why he thinks it's a good idea. I also think he's a hot mess.
I think he's a hot mess too. And like I said, he's stereotyping big time, and I know it's a large black church, but I guarantee him if he opens it up to more people, I'm sure he can get some white folk up in there too. Okay, so, because black folks ain't the only one who smoke, who use weed.
Right.
Nor men.
Right. Monica said, weed is from the earth. I am mad at it. Business opportunities, farming, hemp, pain products, right there with you. Bobby said, a mess, sell liquor in the bookstore.
That's blue. That's blue.
Okay,
Give it his percent.
Okay, he's gonna get it in. Okay, all right. Well, I'm sure you all will hear more about this from Pastor Jamal Bryant. And if you ever get to Atlanta, where his church is, let me know how that works out for you, please.
Yes, indeed. Well, have you guys heard that the European Commission has approved 5G mobile data for all of its aircrafts and allowing phones to be used on planes? The U.S. is considered doing it, the U.S. considered doing it in 2013, but it never went anywhere. What do you guys think of people being able to use their phones on planes?
I pray that this never becomes acceptable in the United States of America. The thought of people being in this capsule for hours and people talking about any and everything.
On speakerphone.
Oh
on
my
speakerphone.
God.
You know, people would be on speakerphone. Hey, that.
He
I
said
have gone.
what? He said what? Girl,
I have
let me no.
2 years of COVID. I have been comfortable with not touching you. I have been comfortable with being 6 feet away from you. I certainly don't want to hear you. And so I hope that whole concept of what they're doing over in Europe does not come here. I hope they do not allow that. I don't like it on trains. I don't like it on buses, or if, you know, I ain't been on a bus in a while. I don't like, and I certainly don't want it up in the air where I can't get off.
Thank you, Sean. I agree with it. Yeah, I appreciate that support. No, it would be, I mean, I just see when I've caught public transportation here in the DC area, like people talking on the phone, and I'm just like, why are you having that discussion?
Right. Why would they do that? Manika said, I don't want to hear nobody's conversation. I'll pay extra for silent flights. That might be their markup. That's what they're doing.
No. It's so funny that she mentioned that, because last time I went to New York, I sat in the silent car going up to New York, and it was lovely. It was quite lovely.
It's brilliant.
All right. Well, no, I don't want to hear it either. So we can bypass that. We don't want to hear that. No, we're done. Okay. All right.
Well, on to other good news. I don't know if some of you all saw, Lizzo was recently honored at the People's Choice Award. She got a Trailblazer Award, and she was wearing Alexander McQueen in this outfit that she has on here. And when she was accepting this Trailblazer Award, what was quite unique about it is she said she accepted it, but she accepted it in honor of all of these other women of color, women of different backgrounds and experiences who are out here doing things for people, advocates, and all kinds. So she shared her award with all of these women and gave them their flowers for the work that they're doing. And they were women of all different experiences and background, including the young lady in Flint, Michigan, who has been fighting against the water contamination. And so it was just a beautiful thing to see these women receive their flowers for doing work for others. So it was really exceptional. She really has, she's demonstrated herself to be far more than just kind of walking around half dressed all the time. So.
Yeah, it was a great move on her part. And to wrap up our pop-up, ladies and gentlemen, this is hot off the press. For those of you who know who comedian Gerard Carmichael is, he was named host of the 80th Golden Globe Awards this year.
Oh, wow.
This comedian, this brother is like super, super talented. And if you haven't seen his stand-up comedy show on HBO, I think, I Am Nathaniel. He won an Emmy for it. Please check it out. It is amazing. But he's going to host the Golden Globes, and I think it's going to be fantastic. Fantastic. So that wraps it up for the pop-up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us tonight. Look, on the December 16th, next week, our show is called Rare Treasures. And we will have with us world-renowned actor, singer, and composer Michal Connor will be here. Some of you might have will remember him for his groundbreaking role on the show Friends. Now look at him. You didn't see many of Michal on that show, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to be with us next week. You got to tune in because there's a lot going on with that brother. And for our words of the week, ladies and gentlemen, it's about change and growth. Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. And those were quotes from Harriet Tubman, ladies and gentlemen. So can we get Alma back to the stage? Is Alma, is she back there? She's still muted?
Still muted.
She's still muted. She's still muted. She's still muted now. Eating another lozenge. Okay. She's still muted. Okay.
Thank you, Sean. That word. Wrap it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight.
You are a mess. I love you.
Thank you for the almond joys being in the house. Please don't be a stranger. We're here every Friday night. Grab your cup with whatever you want in it. And if you want it, he said cup. Come on, and we might just get you one.
I want
one. You're going to get one. Yours is already in the, you definitely going to get one. But Alma, thank you for joining us tonight.
Oh, you're welcome. I loved it. Can't wait to come back.
Thank you.
And I'm going to have y'all on the show, right?
That'll be fun.
Y'all coming over?
Yes. You know we ready. You know we ready. So, look, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you all for joining us, and we can't wait to see you next week on our new episode of He Said.
He said.
He said.
Thank you all for coming.
She ain't say nothing.
She ain't say nothing. She done said a lot. Y'all have a good weekend.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.